evening, folks. This is Belfast Blues and Boxing. You are very welcome to step on board. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, you have been accepted. The pilot is off his head. Yeah, the the, the trolley dollies are topless, and yeah, we will cater to your every need here. Might even have a wee bit of karaoke towards the end. It's in the contract too, you know. So look, what's been going on? I've just been just sucking up that content, man. You know, I see this quality content coming out all the time, and it's hard not to just every last bit of it. You know, you don't waste a drop. And they say that the grease is the best part, apparently. So yeah, what's been going on? We had the press conference with what's his face, Haney, Ryan Garcia, Bill Haney was all up in it. Eddie Hearn, for some reason, was there. Bernard Hopkins was there. The Honourable Bernard Hopkins, the alien, the executioner. He's a serious man, you know. He likes to talk, doesn't he? He was Ryan Garcia had to come up and make a little peace offering, and it's good to see, wasn't it? Who else was involved? Mauricio Sullivan, who came out with all of this sort of platitudes and the principles, and this is what, you know, or this is for the kids. This is for the kids, which I thought was nice, you know. You had Devon there. You know, I thought Devon spoke quite well, to be quite honest. I thought he, you know, considering it's him, like he's come along a little bit, like, you know. And of course, fucking Ryan was all over the place. He was fucking slouching in the throne and throwing the hand up and throwing the head up, you know. All melodramatic, but it was good. It was good to see. You know, I was digging Devon's get up too. He was and a bit of a Wesley Snipes thing going on, you know. It was working for him. It was working for him. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say really. Oscar de la Hoya, he was up in there as well, and you know, it was good to see him fully clothed and just really speaking good sense. You know, something I noticed. I didn't notice it until near the end of the press conference where Ryan was getting interviewed, right? And if you get the side profile of his face, he looks just like Oscar de la Hoya. Like, there's some of the features are just, it's unmistakable. I don't know how that is. It might be related. It's just swept that under the carpet or something. I don't know. God knows what went on there. You know, we heard that Ryan's mother was a referee as well. Which she had to go into that line of work. It's all good. There was no corruption or anything that went on there. It's just that they were sleeping in a car before that, and so in order to fucking, you know, secure their financial future at that point, she became a referee. I think the dad was a judge or something as well. But yeah, I mean, Bill Haney was, you know, it was hard, you know. I think somebody called him Don King. He is a bit like Don King, isn't he? But then again, so is Eddie Hearn. Hearn seemed to keep a bit of a lid on things, you know. He didn't get too overly excited. He didn't come out with the same old, you know, normally he comes straight up to the mic and it's like, I'm the best. As if he didn't know already, I'm the best. The rest of you promoters, and he wonders why they don't accept him, you know. So, yeah, it's just, humility just is one of his strong points. But yeah, I thought it was good. An entertaining press conference. The interviews they did with the fighters afterwards were very good. You got those two guys, those two black guys with the DAZN, Barack in the back, and you know they have those names. And it was kind of like Muslims versus the Christians, you know, as well. Because like we all know about, you know, Devon's conversion to Islam and all of that there, and you know, he's expressed an interest in moving across to fucking Saudi Arabia and everything. And why not? So what was going on then with yeah, the religion thing. So I mean, you know, before Haney even got to the mic, Ryan Garcia came up and he was like, before I say anything, I just want to, I know I'm sitting in the throne tonight, you know what I mean, but I want to give it up to the King of Kings, and that is Jesus Christ Superstar. It was like it's always a lot more showbiz, Christianity for some reason, especially in the States. I don't know what that is, obviously with the Islam, the Muslims, it's a real humble thing. It's like Allah, He is great, we love Allah, that's all good, But like I say, Ryan Garcia is just a bit different, isn't he? So yeah, I mean that was good to see. That was good to see. What else has been going on? I got seeing Eddie Hearn on the MMA fighting hour. It kept. I was trying to enjoy the clip, but I kept getting these suggestions. Join. Would you like to join? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll join. And of course, these things come at a cost. $1.99 a month. Now these subscriptions keep piling up. I'm gonna need a little boost to my income in order that we can, afford to support the boxing community worldwide. So yeah, if you've got any connections in the Belfast music scene, be sure to put in a good word for me. Thanks, guys. So yeah, I like that was the crack of the press conference. It was very good. I mean, Bill Haney, he's a bit of a pimp, self-made man, and I like his talk. He's cool, man. He's cool, and you could see that in the post-conference interview that Devin got to let loose a little bit, and he was, he gets a little bit excitable, because it's still something that he's getting used to, and he was sort of, he was getting all loosey goosey, but he was cool, he was cool, and he sort of started to find his bearings a little bit, he had a few good lines and stuff, and that was good to see. And yeah, I mean, Ryan post conference was very confident, actually, really, really confident, and you could see the full frame of him because he's got the pretty boy thing going on, and so he's sitting on his wee throne and he's throwing all the hand shapes and stuff, and you're kind of going to yourself, Jesus Christ, this guy a boxer. And then when he was standing up, you sort of seen the full breadth of him, and you were like, oh, right. Yeah. Hi, Ryan. Best of luck for the fight, mate. Yeah. So, yeah, that was good to see. And like I say, I got on to seeing Eddie Hearns with Ariel Helwani. Helwani, yeah. Not sure what his origins are, but he seems to be a good guy. So yeah, those guys were talking business and stuff. Obviously, we're talking the intellects, like we're talking some intellectual guys right there, smart businessmen, and it's quite good to see. I mean, obviously Eddie Hearn, it's up to his usual tricks. Like we know all the lines, like, but it's good, you kind of have to hand it to him as well. Like, he's a smart dude, man. He's a smart dude. And Helwani, he's sort of like in awe of Eddie Hearn. He's the one person, Eddie Hearn is the one person that he won't pressure and get right on top of. But to be quite fair, your man, Ariel, he's a really good host, man. He's quite good, isn't he? He's good at his job. He gets some good guests on. Yeah, I'd probably end up watching MMA. In fact, I think Bellator's coming here now on the 22nd of March. And I may be free that night. And if I am, I will go to it. And it'll probably only cost me 30 quid or something like that. Maybe 40, 50 quid. What's wrong with that? We're down to the SSE on a Arachna show. There's another one in the Devonish coming up shortly. In fact, it might have already happened. It might be this weekend. There's one of the smaller things. It might be Pro Box or a more local thing. But yeah, more cage fighting, more MMA. So yeah, the Devonish has been a hot topic in Belfast this last week. So I'm sure there'll be many interested parties. Yeah. So that was all good. I seen that bit of stuff, and then I says to myself, do you know what? I think would be a really good idea. I'll do a little video here, and instead of checking boxing scene, I'll check Twitter, and I'll go down my Twitter feed now. I then realised I'm filming on my phone. I can't check Twitter on my phone as I'm filming, so I tried to log in on my computer. And what I did was I started a new account, sort of by proxy, and the name of the account is Belfast BNB. Yeah, so it sounds like I'm running a running a little guest house or something. But you'd only have 15 characters, so that was the best I could do. So I'd just been following boxers and boxing companies and the Afghanistan military fucking page and stuff, you know, just whatever's on offer there, and yeah, so you know, if you might see me trolling on there, you know, strolling and trolling, yeah, and patrolling every once in a while, but I will not patronize. I'm just strolling, I'm trolling, and I'm in control of this state of bliss. Anyway, where do we go from here, man? These songs, they need to be sung. Somebody's gotta sing. Oh, he's gotta sing. Why did they sing? Why did they sing in Belfast? Well, look, mate, you see, if you were living here with the sort of weather we have, these overcast skies, you know, not all of us have the luxury, yeah, of residing in Canada, yeah, with your clear skies and your medical subscriptions to you know, fucking A grade marijuana. We don't get that shit over here. All right, you get a lump of fucking soap bar if you're lucky, and it'll cost you. And you walk out and you get rained on every day of your life. So we need a wee song, you know. There aren't many notable musical artists to come out of Canada. Rush, great band. Celine Dion, fucking amazing. Great, yeah. Immortality. No, I'm fucking wrong with a wee sing song. Some of these broadcasters, man, they take themselves too seriously. That's what I think it is. You know what I mean? And it's like Eddie Murphy says too, you know, singers get a lot of pussy, man. They get a lot of pussy. Yeah? Because Mick Jagger's a ugly motherfucker. Ain't he? But he gets that do re mi, you know what I mean? So that's what it's all about, isn't it, really? Well, boxing, getting down to some fucking straight up boxing here, right? We're going to check out the boxing news. Now, we already done this today, yeah? But we're going to do it again because I don't know what else to do. There was some crack going on with, what's his face? What do you call that guy? There's a guy, Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. That seems to be the main sort of fucking topic of conversation, right? So it's not this Saturday. This Saturday we've got Jake Paul fighting that Anthony Borland, which should be good. That'll be a good watch. It's a good event, isn't it? And you got Amanda Serrano on there, so it's a good challenge to us male boxing fans to go in there and go, okay, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna appreciate this fight. I'm gonna be respectful. Oh fucking hell! And then it just turns into an absolute hating session on Jake Paul. But you know what? Like, he's still walking away with that double D fantasy and some and the bag, you know, just another bag. So it's always good to have, isn't it? So let's see what the fuck's going on with this shit. So yeah, the weekend after them we've got Anthony Joshua and Ngannou. A lot of speculation, a lot of talk back and forth. What's going to happen? Will Ngannou last the difference, the distance? Can Anthony? I think what it really comes down to is how seriously Anthony Joshua takes the fight, and if he really has prepared just as hard as he would for, you know, a heavyweight title fight, and he applies himself and he wants to go in there and make a statement. I'm not saying it would be no contest, but I will give Anthony Joshua a good chance. Ngannou is representing a lot. He's representing his country. He's representing his craft, his art, his discipline. You know, so he's got to come with all that. You know, obviously the story's great. You know, it's a good matchup. The sheer size of Ngannou makes it, you know, makes it dicey. You know what I mean? Because how do you knock out a guy that big? Like, it just doesn't look possible. But then again, Anthony Joshua is a professional boxer, and you know, a top level puncher. And if he hits him, you know, in the right place, the guy's going down, and it won't be pretty. You know, it won't be all that nice seeing a big guy like that, you know, fall to the floor and a pile. But God knows what'll happen. I think it'll be a great event, and obviously we've got what 2 weeks more or less, a week and a half in the build up, and there'll be more and more juice, you know, for us to you know, quench ourselves with. Um, well, right, so we're gonna check out this thing. I mean, obviously that's gonna be a good fight. Let's just see what else they got here, and then I can sign off and go cycle and take photographs because it's a nice dry evening, you know, and it's not that cold. So let me see. Right, Garcia says he will retire if Haney stops him in one round. Haney's not going to stop him in one round, is he? That's not going to happen. We love Haney. Yeah, we love Garcia. Like Haney is not a knockout artist. It's not to say that he doesn't have pop. He certainly has technique, and your man, Ricky Hatton's trainer that we were talking about earlier, I mean, he says punch power is all about body mechanics. So, if you look at it this way, I mean, Haney has, by the time he rehydrates, Haney's going to be a right size, and he's got the balance and everything else to really start to implement that power. You know, he knows how to throw a shot with pop, you know, and he positions himself right with his feet, and he's a smart guy. Is that something he could start to bring into his game? You know, whilst he might not have out and out power, where it's a matter of just landing on the guy and he's going to go down, if he can use his boxing IQ to learn how to get into position, set traps for guys, and know when they're coming in and catch them, just the right snap on the tip of the jaw, you know, the top of the temple, whatever it is. If that's something he can develop and bring to his game, well, I mean, fighters don't get much more complete than that. But I mean, he has a style, and his style is more defensive wizardry, and you know, guy can fight too. But it's his defensive skills that really set him apart, isn't it? Garcia, it'll be good to see if he comes out and fights as good as he talks. We will see. We will see. And talking about body mechanics, I seen a quick clip of Gennady Golovkin and against was it Gabriel Rosado? I don't know. There's that many Rosados. It's hard to keep track. But something I noticed about Golovkin, there is so much weight in his movement. Like he's a middleweight, you know, heavy guy. That's sort of, he's not overly tall, and he's kind of broad. The way that he moves, his you know, this might sound strange because he's not a fleet-footed fighter necessarily, but his balance must be amazing in order to enable him to carry that amount of weight into his shots while still moving tactically, you know, in order to pressure guys stepping around and stuff like that. Though you can just, if you look at his body, just at the way he moves, there's something to it. You can just tell there's so much weight in his movement that he hit you with any shot, it's going to sting, you know. So, I mean, who am I? Fucking Cuss Tomatoes' cousin? But, you know, just a wee observation, guys. We all make our little observations, don't we, yeah? Aiming for light heavyweight glory, Lopez readies for 10 rounds. Get their readies, man, get them in there. Euro News, Morello, Babic, the Savage Babic is back on the scene, man. He's back. Kolke Gulamararian, fucking right. Despite Garcia's objections, Haney loves New York for their fight. Well, that's good to see they've settled that. Obviously, it was a nice little point of dispute, you know, for us to get into. But yeah, New York's cool. Oh well. Alright, sorry, I read that wrong. But, I mean, we could see from the press conference, pretty much, didn't we? That Garcia was kind of cool with it. He was alright with it. He got his throne, you know what I mean? So, we lads happy, let him be, you know? Hey, what else we got going on here now? Disciplined Barrett, only his eyes for kill. De La Hoya doesn't think Canelo fights Munguia next. I think Mr. Hearn might have a word or two to say about that. I could see personally why Canelo wouldn't want to fight Munguia. I think it would be a great fight. You know, Hearn came out and said there, you know, well, this guy will fight anybody. Just like he used to say about Anthony Joshua. He will fight anybody. You know, and it's true, he will and he has done, but he did fight John Ryder. He did fight another English guy at super middle who held like a paper title. I can't remember his name, no disrespect to him, but he wasn't the greatest of opponents. Again, it's Canelo with his record. He's allowed a couple of those. Where are we here? Where are we here? You know, I think the issue now with Canelo is, I mean, obviously there's a lot of talk about who he's going to fight, and there's a lot of deliberation seemingly. The crack is he's on the back end of his career, yeah, and I think he wants to go out with a winning record, the tail end of it anyway. So, I don't know if he wants to fight the best of the best. And Munguia is a dangerous motherfucker. You can take my word for that. Yeah, let's see. I hope it happens because it'll be a great fight. I'd like to see Munguia versus Benavidez at some point as well. If Munguia managed to get a decision or knock out Canelo, Munguia versus Benavidez then would be really big bucks. But I don't think Canelo wants to lose towards the end of his career. I don't think that's how the story goes. That's not how he wants it to go anyway. And I'm sure the people around him are doing what they can to ensure that, who's this? Matty Harris on Spying at Ghana, Tom Aspinall, and support, right, well, that come up earlier. There's Billy Graham's Preacher's Corner. Has he gone down the sort of George Foreman route? Yeah, fucking hell. Next thing he'll be doing disposable barbecues. Yeah, guys, look, that's pretty much it. I'll have a look at this Twitter, my new Twitter account. Follow me back, please. This is a strictly professional account, you know. Adam's Boxing Show. What's this guy saying, right? Boots Ennis versus Brian Castano. If Boots wants some real smoke, he may have to go to 154 to get some. Brian Castano would be a good welcome for him. Brian hasn't fought in close to 2 years, so maybe he's enjoying life outside of boxing. What y'all think of this fight? What happens if one of these lands in Devin Haney? Let's see now. No, they're not that good. Well, no, those are little speed punches. Look at the legs going. You know, you're not going to land one of those. Nah, they don't look that good. That's a nice little clip, but that's Ryan Garcia doing his, you know, that stuff there. And he learned how to do that. See with the boxers, where they throw a punch and their shoulder sort of jolts. Alright. Stevenson confirms Inoue interest. Shakur Stevenson has revealed he is willing to take on pound for pound King Inoue up at lightweight. Yeah, bring him all the way up there, and then you can come away and say, I beat the champ, motherfucker. I beat his ass. Yeah. And Inoue probably beat him. Well, you know what? You'll never get a hold of him because Shakur is some mover. He's a fantastic mover. He'll stick the joint out. You know, don't get me wrong. I like Shakur Stevenson, but he has had a couple of fights where he stunk a joint out. You know what I mean? It'd be an interesting fight, you know, but I can't see how Inoue. I'm not a big fan of Inoue, and I don't know all his stuff, but I don't really know would he be fit to get to him, you know. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if it was made, put it that way, right? Fannin, who is Fannin? Lomachenko can't be a legacy fight for Devin Haney if it wasn't one for Teofimo Lopez. Just a bad argument all around. Well, who's arguing that? Some idiot. You know, apologies to idiotic people. Alright, what's this guy saying? The Boxing Voice. Calling all boxing fans. I need to hear your thoughts on a recent development in the boxing world. It seems that Tank Davis, an incredibly talented fighter, has sent a contract over to Frank Martin, a fighter who has never won a world title. Now, don't get me wrong, Martin is a skilled boxer, a little bit of respect there, but many fans are wondering why Tank would choose this path instead of trying to unify titles with Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson, who currently holds the prestigious WPC championship, is available for a fight and has no scheduled bout. It's worth mentioning that Tank has never held the WBC title, adding to the frustration surrounding his opponent's selection. As the self-proclaimed face of boxing, it's surprising that after 11 years, Tank hasn't attempted to unify titles. I'm eager to hear your opinions. Now, I hate to be the guy that sort of says it how it is, you know what I mean? But that's just what I do, right? So, what do you hear? Right. This guy's arguing that he should be going for Shakur Stevenson instead. Now, do you think is Shakur Stevenson an easy fight for Javante Davis? Styles make fights, don't they? How does that one level out? How does that one go? That is a hard night at the office for Shakur Stevenson. Sorry, for Javante Tank Davis. Yeah. It's a fight in which there isn't much for him to gain. Because he knows that Shakur Stevenson's gonna run all night and try to outpoint him. Yeah? It's just a matter of Styles makes fight. It's the same, you know, he's choosing Frank Martin, right? Not quite the same level, but he's choosing Frank Martin for the same reason that Shakur Stevenson is looking at, you know, a featherweight. Actually, somebody that's come up from bantamweight or lower. You know what I mean? Although he knew he has a massive name and there's more to be gained that way. I don't know why it's Frank Martin. You know, it's a bit crap. I mean, he fought that guy up at welterweight, didn't he? I mean, I know he's a decent fighter. He beat a couple of guys. He beat Thurman, that fella that I'm thinking of. I'm not too sure, but guys, you know what it is. It's all good, isn't it? Like, it's all fucking good, but. Yeah, I suppose it's talking points. I'm sure this guy is well aware of all the crack and he's just stirring the pot a wee bit, you know. Maybe or maybe not. Let's see, what else? Yeah, there was a clip of Triple G and Gabe Rosado, yeah, who's just drenched in blood, as is Triple G, his shorts and everything. Yeah, he's in with that movement, yeah. He's got his upper body is really massive. I mean, I know boxers typically have quite skinny legs. This clip isn't really justifying the point I made earlier, but you might see it. It's on Top Rank Boxing. Yeah, their Twitter profile. Let's see what Adam's Boxing Show is saying. He's saying, Aaron Pryor, I was educated by the OGs. Fucking, give me the special water. By the OGs a while back on Aaron leaving lightweight 135 pounds and going to junior welterweight 140 pounds because he couldn't get the fights he wanted. Unfortunately, Boots Ennis may have to take a same path. Film review on the way on Pryor. That should be good. I like Aaron Pryor. Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about him. Who was the guy he fought? There was a couple of really classic fights, weren't there? And when he had that coach, the coach that wore the hat, he wore the captain's hat. He would give him the water, he'd be like, here you go, give me that bottle, give me the bottle with the sticker on it. Here you go, man. Goes into the ring and he's, Jesus. He's like a new man. There's Michael Benson, Shakur Stevenson. No, I don't. I would fight him at 140. Ryan Garcia, explosive face-off. There he is, Wesley Snipes. He was nearly like Ray Charles there, sitting at the table, you know. My mama told me, before I was born, there's someone I'm gone. Yeah, I mean, like Ariel Helwani was, you know, talking about music and stuff earlier on, like, and I think it's a jealousy thing, really. Because, like, here in Ireland, you know, we got U2, yeah? We have the Dubliners. We have Gary Moore, Thin Lizzy, Van Morrison, yeah? Top dog, like. So, I mean, you've got Van Morrison, you've got Bob Dylan, who else? Tom Petty, George Harrison, you know, other guys like that in that category. Van Morrison is right up there with Bob Dylan, and that's out of Belfast, man. You know, we got George Best, we got Alex Higgins, we got Katie fucking Taylor, Conor McGregor, here we mid. We've got all that. What does Canada have? Not much. South Park. Oh no, that was made in Colorado. Yeah, You know what I mean? But I don't think he even has a song in him, that guy, He's just. It would be interesting to see. A little karaoke at the end of his show. I'm sure at least he could get a couple of the fighters in and to get them to do a little bit, that would be interesting. Some of those guys. Oh, here's fucking Amir Khan talking up the Manny Pacquiao fight. Jesus, Khan, come on, man. Amir Khan has once again reiterated his desire to fight Manny Pacquiao, with the former world champ picking out Saudi Arabia as the place to host it. Would you like to see that fight? Yeah, 10, 15 years ago, I would have loved to have seen that fight. You would have got stomped. You would have got absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I would have enjoyed watching it. I'd like to see in against Floyd as well. That would have been good. We would have liked to have seen that, because those quick hands would have given Floyd trouble. And it might have been one of those fights, like a Maidana one or a Castillo one, where you go, it nearly could have went the other way. But Mayweather always got the rematch, and he went in and he did the business, didn't he? So you have to give him credit, man. You have to. What else is going on with these guys? Oh, God, here's Ngannou punching a fucking balloon. The hardest hitting man on the planet. I've seen girls getting 989 of the machines. Let's see, right, we're nearly finished here. We're going to wrap this shit up. 15 minutes after getting out of the ring, I'm on the motorway on my way home. Sam Eggington, man, this guy, fuck, rock and roll. No excuses training. Nice one. So he's fighting on Friday, Sam Eggington. Who the fuck's he fighting? Barrow. Yeah, that'll be good to see. I'll watch that. I'll watch that for sure. Sam Eggington's a good fighter, man. Comes to fight. Good action fighter. Yeah, tune in. Steve Bunce. We've got Steve Bunce on here. One night in Las Vegas. This was a massive fight. The first round was ridiculous. Sorry. Bruno versus Tyson. The story's endless. I wonder if he intended that way. I think it's supposed to say the stories are endless. The story's endless. There's no punctuation or nothing to really give you a clue. Anyway, tap to read. Thanks. You know what? We're going to read this because Steve Bunce is a fucking legend in the game. We gotta fucking pay homage to the Buncey. I don't want to be watching this clip, man. Get out of my face. Big Mo. Right. The fight was pushed back when Mike Tyson broke his hand in a street fight. And again, when he was left unconscious. Was that when he fought the Crip? That's sweet. He fought that Crip, didn't he? And he fought him in the ring too. Bad boy. Mike Tyson broke his hand in a street fight again. He was left unconscious after he crashed his car. It's Mike Tyson. Frank Bruno waited patiently for the chance of a lifetime and his biggest payday. He had been waiting for over a year and watched helplessly as the first 3 dates came and went. Jesus Christ. Even Donald Trump was somehow involved in the fights that were meant to take place in Wembley Stadium in 1988. It's easy to forget how big Tyson versus Bruno was at the time. Must watch that. An early date in 1989 was announced, postponed, and then the Las Vegas Hilton was finally booked for the 25th of February. The Hilton had been the home to Liberace and Elvis Presley, and Tyson was the new king of the Strip. The Hilton, by the way, is not on the Strip. Bruno would finally get a second chance at the World Heavyweight title. The world would then get to see up close and personal what Tyson had left after a terrible year on the so-called safe side of the ropes. Do you know what? Can we just give credit here and now to Steve Bunce? You know what I mean? What a guy. We're talking about a legend in the game here. This is how you write a boxing article. This is why he is writing for the Independent and hosting Bach Nation to this very day. Barry Jones, they keep him in there overnight. In Tyson's wild life, there had been a fight at midnight on a street corner, a suicide attempt, a costly divorce, a sacked trainer, and rumours of meltdowns. Tyson was in trouble, and the kid was still only 22 at the time. He had fought 8 consecutive world titles. In just over 2 years, he was a sensation. This was also, make no mistake, Bruno's chance because of Tyson's problems. And Big Frank was getting a record $4 million. No other British boxer in history had made anything like that sum. Right, Bunsey, wrap it up, mate. Just under 10,000 people were in the Hilton and over 2,000 were travelling Bruno fans. They kept up a chorus of love for Bruno, but everyone knew it was a massive risk and that Bruno was a big underdog. I believe dreams come true, Bruno had said. Less than 1 year later, Buster Douglas fucking James, an even bigger underdog, knocked out Tyson to win the World Heavyweight title in Tokyo. Dreams do come true in the boxing ring. The first round between Tyson and Bruno was one of the most dramatic in heavyweight history. It is often overlooked, but it was truly sensational. In the ring, before the first bell, Tyson, look, where are the quotes, man? We need some quotes from Tyson and some quotes from Bruno. We're right in here, man, before I gotta start making them up. Tyson looked more focused than normal. His new trainer, Jay Bright, was very much a spectator in the distance. Bruno's gaze never left Tyson's eyes when the referee, Richard Steele, pulled them together. Fucking Bruno, like, he was right into the stare down. You can't face Bruno. He's just like, huh? You can't face that guy. At the very start of the first round, Bruno tried a stiff jab, his trademark punch. Tyson caught Bruno high in the head with a glancing right and then bundled Bruno over. It was 11 seconds in. Bruno was down and then Tyson connected with a free shot, a sickening right uppercut. It does make you wince a wee bit, doesn't it? Just even thinking of some of them punches landing. A second right uppercut when Bruno was on one knee. Bruno's fight looked like a lost cause with just seconds gone. Bruno then took more punches than any man has so far managed in fights with Tyson. Yes, what an achievement. Bruno held and hit and grappled and tried to land big shots. He lost a point for holding with about 70 seconds left. Bruno was taking heavy punches and landed his own, and Tyson was catching them flush. It was heroic, and then a left hook connected clean with Tyson's chin and his legs buckled. He did a little dance, and then he was holding. Fucking hell, Bruno buckled fucking Tyson. The clock showed about 40 seconds left and they went for each other, both landing. It was exceptional, and at the bell to end round one, they both glared at each other. Bruno, you gotta give it to Bruno, like him glared at Tyson. They both stared at the other. Bruno was not done and would never quit, and that is oft forgotten. Fair play, fair play, fair play Bunsey, fair play Bruno. What a round that was, however, it took a toll on Bruno, and he was stopped in the fifth, on his feet but hurling. His defiance was not enough, and Tyson retained his IBF, WBA and WBC heavyweight titles. Bruno left the ring and left Las Vegas with the money and the respect. Tyson would lose the title to Douglas and Bruno would win the heavyweight title in 1995 and fight Tyson one more time. Why? In 1996, Bruno lost again, and that was the end for the national treasure. Tyson's career slowly came to a bloody end over the next 9 years, and it was hard to watch. Apparently it was. Edge of the seat stuff. Well, there you go, guys. What better way to round out the evening's crack than with a bit of fucking Steve Bunce. You know, I think there must be a mistake with the algorithm or something, because when I look at my numbers, you know, they're not quite adding up to what I thought they would be by this time. That might never change. But I've got faith. Yeah. And I mean, I respect the Islams, man. I respect them. And I respect the Christians too. No matter what denomination you might be, like, you know, it's all good. I believe in God too, myself, like, I do. I don't necessarily call him this or that, but I do say the Hail Mary and the Our Father. I'm sick. Can't escape. Anyway, there'll be no songs tonight. We might get a wee song tomorrow. I was out at a Madden's last night. I think I mentioned that earlier, which is a great wee bar in Belfast. Check it out. Spoke to a couple of guys from County Cork and there just last night. Lovely. And an older dude and his son, and they were fucking loving it, boy. They were having some crack. Talking about Roy Keane and all. It was great. It was really good, man. So, look, all I'm saying to you is, you know, you go down to these jam nights and you sort of, everybody plays a cover, you know, play, pass around sort of thing, you know. The song ends and it's whoever starts in then plays, you know. Sometimes you go to start in and somebody else has already started and you have to go, oh. You know, you just sort of wilt and, you know, accept it. Hopefully the next time you get in there, like, that's just how it goes at Madden's. So, the crack then being, what was it that we done? Yeah, I played Eye of a Tiger. No, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna do it, because it'll be shit. It's really late. It's fucking quiet. It won't work properly, do you know what I mean? So I will do it another time when it's been a long time, and then nobody will be like, oh, he's fucking playing that guitar again. I'll leave it for ages and then I'll do it as a wee surprise. I'll make sure it's proper. I'll make sure it's just a good job. Just do a good job. That's all I'm saying, mate. I'll do a good job. Hey, don't you worry about it. There's my fucking card if you need it, you know. Guys, Belfast Blues and Boxing, you know the crack. Just, you know, if you want to comment, you know, do the usual method will suffice. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. Yeah, and like I say, you know, I'm just a musician, really. He's a boxing fan, so if there's any gigs going, hook me up, you know, man. Hook me up. Take it easy, guys. Have a nice night.